so much, Chris. You know, boy. It was sort of like that Texas senator for a second there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what Tim Russert said. There appears to be a realignment. As Tim said, a lot of Hillary Clinton supporters have come back together, and it's starting to look, if you look at these exit polls, like the pre-Potomac primary constituency that Hillary has.
So that would be a realignment, or you know, back to where we started, back to the future.
But basically what it means is that Hillary Clinton has been pounded over the past 12, 13 contests, and it appears like her coalition's coming back together.
Well, what it would portend would be that we'd be at this for a while, because those are two roughly equal blocks, as Tim pointed out, as we saw in some of the early primaries. And so if we're going to have, you know, essentially white women with Hillary, African Americans with Obama, and not a coming together of the party around one candidate, then, you know, on to Wyoming and the next primaries.
It's a lot more serious than this. If Hillary is pulling the white women and the working class folks in eastern Ohio, ethnic, Catholic, heavily, and they are resisting Obama, those people are available to John McCain on one condition. We heard, what do we hear? 8-1 or something. They despise NAFTA. He has got it. McCain has got to get off this NAFTA, free trade, Wall Street Journal economics.
It's the Reagan conservatives, and that's not going to happen. But it appears like
Reagan Democrats.
It looks like these Reagan Democrats are switching allegiance. They're voting for Hillary Clinton right now and staying away from Barack Obama.
But it only matters if it results in her winning one of these states. That's going to be a hard-fought race. If it turns out that white ethnic voters, as you're talking about, end up leaving Barack Obama, heading over towards Hillary Clinton, but they can't put her over the top, if she loses four straight states tonight, it doesn't matter.
Does this mean that, let's say she wins a couple,
they're resisting Obama.
They are resisting Obama. The guy has had, well, hold on a second.
If he still wins, he still wins.
If he wins, right. But at the same time, he's outspent Hillary Clinton 3-1 or 4-1. If she wins the two big states, that's a rejection, right? They're pushing back.
It's certainly a reason for her to go on. Look, they didn't resist him in Wisconsin, and they didn't resist him in Maryland, and there are other places where you have white ethnic voters who did go with Obama. So let's see what happens tonight. Let's see what happens.
Oh, good Lord, you're sounding like Tom Brokaw now. Let's let the voters speak and all of that stuff. Talk about old-fashioned. Let's go back to Chris and Keith now.
All right, Joe, close. Chris and I will return in a moment. A little bit more out of Ohio. Senator Obama's campaign has requested a 2-hour extension in Cuyahoga and Franklin, and the extension in Sandusky, which has been granted, was because they ran out of ballots, about 400 short of the Democrats. In an hour, polls closing Texas and Rhode Island. MSNBC's Decision 2008 coverage returns right after.